It's Monday and we're in the kitchen.
Happy Monday.
Yep, it is. And it's not Mercury retrograde. Our names are showing. Everything.
Finally. It's a little strange how it started working today.
Isn't it weird? I'm telling you, I was like, what? I did not do a different thing. Nothing.
Look, say what you want about astrology, but, you know.
That was like living proof to me.
I know, right?
It was so weird. I'm hiding the chicken since I'm making chicken.
You don't want to offend the rubber chicken.
No, my favorite sign in whenever we're in Philly is I think it's a sign for Chick-fil-A, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's a cow on the billboard saying "Eat more chicken."
Oh, that's funny.
I think it's hilarious.
That's what the cow would say.
Not that I eat at Chick-fil-A, and I know people are listening who have been known to do it.
Don't do it.
But yeah.
Have to say that I have never been there.
Well, the only time I was there was when they first actually came out when I was in college. I was in North Carolina, and I looked at it and I was like, Chick-fil-A? What? That's a stupid name. My roommate was like, it's Chick-fil-A.
Because you thought it was like E.T.
Oh, that's even
why would it be an A? Yeah.
And because they're not LGBTQ friendly, I don't eat there.
Nope, there's a lot of places that don't go. And the only thing you can do in America is use your dollar.
Vote with your dollar, people.
Use your dollar. Vote with your dollar.
Yeah. Spotify's in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, haven't listened to Spotify.
I uninstalled it took it off my phone. Goodbye, Spotify. That's what I say.
There are a lot of other places.
Oh God, yeah. There's nothing I'll miss.
Yeah.
So.
No big deal.
You know, and the holiday that some people love and some people love to hate is coming up.
A week from tonight is the day, and we don't want to make anybody feel uncomfortable. If you have somebody, that's great. If you don't, what you're making tonight would be the perfect dinner, romantic dinner. Just saying.
It could be. It could also be a delicious dinner for you.
Yes, it could, with a lot of leftovers, and it would be great and delicious.
Yep.
So whatever floats your boat, just you do you.
What did you say to me today? What is the other day? Gal Day?
Oh, Galentine's Day. Debriana and I are going to celebrate Galentine's Day. So we're not going to have a show next Monday. It will be probably Tuesday night.
Yeah, because Wednesday, yes, you are correct, viewer. It is my birthday. Yet another birthday.
Yes, another trip around the sun for Debriana. So
yeah, another year where you can't really go where you want to go, but oh well.
But we're going to celebrate anyway because we're so happy she's here.
Well, I love pistachios. I think they're a special nut because mostly people don't use them for a lot of things.
Very true.
And we only used to have them at the holidays when we were kids because you just couldn't get them. They're way more available now. Oh, yeah. But so I grew up thinking it was a very special nut. And often people make this dish with pecans, which you could totally do. But this one I'm going to do, it's a little special with pistachio nuts.
I love that you're making it with pistachio. Like I love pistachio ice cream, and just
oh my God, that was my favorite growing up. Yep.
Flavor of nut, it's
Simone.
Yeah.
I would just eat the middle. Of course, I'm not a big ice cream person, but I love pistachio. I love that flavor. So I'm going to make pistachio chicken.
Yummy. And I love that you're making a mustard cream.
I'm going to try this. I know you're watching, Kelly. Kelly sent me this little grinder. And I'm going to try putting nuts in it and see if it does it. These blades are so sharp. Every time I use it, I cut myself.
You used it a couple weeks ago, and it was magnificent. Right?
Yes. So I have the chicken over there waiting. I'm going to do all the prep first and then handle the chicken last because I think that's probably going to be safer, shall we say. Yes. Okay. So for the crust, I'm going to use a cup of pistachio nuts, and I'm going to grind them up a little bit in here so that they're not giant.
Be careful.
Don't touch the blade.
It's like a lawnmower blade for nuts.
I'm getting a workout. Okay. Oh, they're chopping. They're definitely chopping. Let's see.
Watch that blade.
Yeah, no, don't. Oh, shoot. I shouldn't have done it that way.
God, Debrianna, don't hurt yourself.
Don't touch the blade. Okay, I'm going to chop
Did it do it the way you wanted with the pistachio?
Yeah. I want to do it a little smaller. Why isn't this going on? It's being ordered. There. I want them a little smaller. Now, I don't think I want them quite as fine as I don't want the breadcrumbs, but they definitely, I don't want like big chunks.
Because you want them to stick to the chicken.
Yes. I think you could probably do this with fish too. You know, with salmon or something.
Yeah, sure. Pistachio encrusted salmon. That sounds delicious.
Yeah, pretty good, right? Okay, whoops. Yeah, that's good.
You could even do it with beef. You could do it with a lot of different things.
Yep. Yeah, it would be good. I'm going to put a few more back in here. I probably overfilled it because I think I want them to be a little tinier. Now, obviously, you could use a blender and not get a workout. But I'm getting a workout because I think you have to take it where you can these days.
It's kind of a musical beat too. It's kind of got a musicality to it.
Be careful with the blade. I did not cut myself. I did not. Okay, so there's the nuts are in there, and I'm going to add some panko breadcrumbs.
Panko, Japanese breadcrumbs. If you've never used them, it will change your life.
Yes, they're lovely. So I'm going to add a half a cup to a cup. That's what that is. And I'm going to add some thyme, which I got from my garden. This is lemon thyme.
You're kidding me. It's growing?
Well, yeah, it's still there.
Wow, we just had like 6-degree weather a few days ago.
I know. Well, the thing is, it looks like it's not growing, but it's still usable. I mean, it will pop back in the spring.
Yeah, I love that. I love those hardy herbs.
Yeah, so pretty. So I put about a teaspoon in there. I'm going to say about half a teaspoon of salt, and I'm going to mix that up together with the.
Well, Kelly's making the note that if you overfill that blade thing, it takes longer.
Yes, it does. It does take. You are correct, Kelly. Okay, so that's my breadcrumb topping. That's
Okay. So panko, pistachio,
thyme,
salt, pepper.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So now I'm going to make a little kind of you know how you'll dip stuff like a chicken breast in egg?
Yeah.
Well, we're not doing that. I'm going to coat it in a mustard mixture.
Ooh.
So this is Dijon mustard, and I'm going to do three tablespoons in here, in case anyone's counting.
I think mustard is my love language.
Oh my God, I love mustard so much.
I love it. I love it. I could eat it on a knife, on a spoon.
I know, it's so good.
It's so good.
And I'm gonna add about a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar.
Mm.
And then I'm going to add some honey.
Oh my God. Yum.
Here, I'm going to get a clean spoon now. And I'm going to do my trick. This is, everybody knows my trick, right? I'm going to put a little oil on there.
This is the best trick.
There. I'm coating the spoon with a little oil. And now I can pour the honey, measure it, and it'll pour right out of the spoon. Ooh.
Magic!
Magic! And I don't think you even really need to do it more than once. You can just do it once. That's 2.
Wow.
And that's 3. Isn't that cool?
I love
Right.
that. That's fantastic.
That's such a cool trick.
Love those kitchen hacks.
Yeah, baby. Okay, now I'm going to mix it up. And I'm going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. And that's what I'm going to use to baste the chicken with before I put that's what's going to stick the breadcrumbs in.
That's so interesting. I don't think I've ever done that. I always do an egg wash or something like that. And you don't have to do that.
No. Use your imagination.
You can use anything sticky.
As long as it sticks to the chicken.
Sticky, it'll work.
Yeah. So that's that. That's a nice little, going to be a nice rub on the chicken. And next, I'm going to go ahead and cut the chicken. Now, here's the thing about the chicken. I want them to be thin, the pieces, the fillets, because pistachios cook quickly and they can burn.
Okay.
So you don't want them, having to cook the chicken too long. And if it's fat, you're going to have to cook it longer, and probably the nuts will burn.
So do you have breasts that you've pounded out, or what do you have?
I'm going to do that right now.
All right.
Yeah. This is a chicken breast.
Live on TV.
Live on TV. Chicken breast, but it's too fat. So I'm going to slice it in half first.
You're gonna make some cutlets.
Yeah, baby. I'm going to do the cutlet thing. So I'm just going to cut it in half. Now, if you were going to stuff them, you just butterfly them open and you keep an edge right here.
Right.
But we're not doing that tonight. So here's a little chicky breast. I think we'll do 2 of them in there. And I'm going to put it in a plastic bag.
This is exactly how I do it.
It is?
Yeah, I put it in the bag because then it doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, no, it just stays in there. Now, see, if you want to have a really long breast, I just didn't cut all the way through, and you can flatten it out and make a piece.
Okay.
So it's in the plastic bag now, and I have my handy-dandy mallet. So if you're in one of those moods where you get it out, get your aggression out. And this also tenderizes the chicken.
Yeah.
So if you didn't marinate it like I didn't, you're just going to beat it up. Okay.
Don't you feel better now?
I do. I feel a lot better. Thanks. Okay, so see, it's nice and thin.
Yeah.
So that's going to cook a lot faster than if I had left it, in like a half an inch thick. So these are like a quarter of an inch thick. Don't get the chicken out of here.
That poor chicken. No, don't get upset. You're going to get upset.
Eat more beef.
That's pepperoni. Well, pounding out the chicken, can be for many things, but if you've never done that kind of thing, it's just a lovely, delicious way to have it.
Yeah, it is. I pound a lot of my chicken breasts out. I think I always do, really, before I cook them. I can't leave the chicken alone.
I think it's definitely a thing from
eat more tofu.
Well, it's like eat more tofu. It's definitely a thing from days gone by, because I just don't think people do that very often. You know what I mean?
Well,
they leave the breast intact or the thigh. You know what I mean? And instead of manipulating it.
Yeah. Well, I just manipulated them, and now they're nice and thin. And now I'm going to.
My mom always did it.
Where's my brush? Here's the brush. Now I'm going to just brush my. Whoops.
Somebody wrote petrified chicken.
What?
Somebody wrote petrified chicken.
Yeah, it's a little petrified. I'm going to paint these with a goop and put them in here.
There's a New Yorker cartoon out right now in the latest magazine that is so funny. And it's of two cows, and one's crouching over eating a veggie burger in the corner, and the front cow comes over and goes, "Can you just stop? You're creeping people out."
That's awesome.
It's so funny.
Aw, poor thing.
I know. Well,
so the other thing is, because this has the honey in it, the honey's going to kind of caramelize in the.
Oh my God, this is a great recipe.
And that's another reason why you don't want to have a really thick piece of chicken, because you don't want that to burn. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Yep.
So then you press it in here, and that gets coated on the chicken.
So these are going to go in the oven.
No, ma'am. I'm going to put them in here in just a sec.
You're frying them up.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm going to saute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why did I think you were putting them in the oven? I don't know.
I honestly don't know.
That would make no sense.
I don't know. I don't know why you thought that, but it's okay that you thought it.
Well, because I think you guys said because they could burn, and I automatically thought oven, but no.
No, you have much more control if it's right in front of you in that frying pan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this should do it. And then I'm going to use my new favorite thing to fry things in, which is ghee.
Frying in the ghee.
Yeah. The ghee will add a nice flavor. It's not going to burn like butter, but it will add that nice butter flavor.
Yum. That's going to be so tasty.
Yeah, I think so. Now, see, it's not hard. It's just do this step, do that step.
This is so much easier than I thought it was going to be.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
Remember those Grey Poupon commercials?
Grey Poupon.
Pass me the Grey Poupon. Okay, so that's enough. We'll fry them up now, and you guys can see how beautiful they are.
Yum. What are you eating with that? On
in the oven right now are Japanese sweet potatoes.
Oh my God.
With garlic and oil on them. Okay, so I'm going to heat this pan up. Let me wash my fingers for a sec.
So someone is asking, can you use olive oil? Do you mean to fry up or to coat it?
Yeah, no, you could use olive oil or vegetable oil, because you don't want to get this too hot.
Right.
That's right now.
Right.
The pan too hot, because you don't want the nuts to burn. So that's ghee. So we all know about ghee, right? I think we've talked about it.
We talked about it, but maybe there are new viewers that don't know.
So ghee is when my friend Allie makes her own ghee, and you can put it in a crock pot. So you just put a bunch of butter in the crock pot and let it cook for a long time. That's one way to do it. And it's the milk solids separate out from the oil part. And the milk solids are what can burn. Or if you do it you can do it slowly in a pan on the stove too, if you don't have a slow cooker. But basically, you can see when you look in here, if my husband wants to come back over with the camera, it looks like oil. You saw it going in. It kind of it was because it's cold in here, so it's a little thicker.
It's separated butter, and it's spelled GHEE, and you can buy it in the store too. They sell it in the store.
I got organic ghee, a giant container of it at Costco, and you don't have to refrigerate it. It's like oil. You don't. So I just keep it right where I keep all my other oils.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And it, it has a nice flavor to it because it is butter.
Because butter.
Butter is better.
Because we cook with butter.
Because everything's better with butter.
I know.
Okay.
Well, I was noticing as I made popcorn the other night with my Kerrygold. I put some serious fat on my popcorn. But when you melt the Kerrygold, there's so much fat in that. It really separates. So you could make ghee out of that.
Yeah, you could. You really could. So I just dropped a little nut in there to see if it was hot enough, and it's not quite. I just want to see a little bit of bubbling before I put the chicken in. So you just want to heat this up kind of slowly, but it is getting hot now. All right, so we'll try a piece and see.
Here we go.
Yeah,
Not hot
it's not quite hot enough, but it's just about. I mean, you can see it coming up. I'm rushing a bit.
Is it on like medium heat?
Yeah, it's medium high. It not quite high. I think it's kind of right in between. So okay, so after these cook, I'm gonna in this pan. I'm gonna make a honey mustard cream sauce to go on the top.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So it's just starting to sizzle up now.
I want to make this. I'm gonna make this.
Okay. You should.
And you
will
post the recipe. I feel bad. I owe Corona Kitchen like 3 recipes.
I know. And I thought about that the other day. I was like, oh my god! Remember when we were like posting recipes every day, day after day, day after day for a year and a half straight?
Every day. Every day. Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to put you over here for a sec. And I'm going to tell you what I have for the sauce. I have a pretty large shallot. I'm going to say this is about 1/3 of a cup of chopped shallot.
Okay.
A whole clove of garlic chopped up.
Okay.
A half of a cup of chicken stock. And a half a cup of half and half. And then I'm going to add some more thyme and the rest of that honey mustard.
Wow. Look at you. You look like a legit cooking show with all your stuff measured out.
I know. I used my little ramekins and got it all ready. Woo!
Used to have assistants who did that on the cooking shows.
Yeah, you can see they're starting to turn a little white on the edges, which means it's probably just about ready to flip.
Wow. That's going to be so tasty.
Yeah.
Yum.
Yeah, they're very nice. This will be yummy. And like I said, you could do this with fish. And you could also, if you don't have pistachios, you could use pecans if you have those. I think it would work just as well.
I wonder if this would work with tofu. Would it be weird?
No.
No.
I'm thinking through it. That's me thinking through things.
You just can't use tofu for everything, people, okay?
You can't, but you could. Like it when I was vegetarian, rather than tofu, I would have used tempeh for that.
Okay.
Because it has a more meatier body to it. And when I used to do that with tempeh, when I would make tempeh parmesan, and nobody would know it was tempeh.
Wow.
So, I mean, I think you could do that with
I'm also thinking like, I was watching a thing the other day where someone was making cauliflower steaks. Have you seen that?
Oh yeah. It's hard to do that though. You can never. I mean, it flies all over the place, and I don't know. You need steak.
No, I'm feeling like a steak right now.
Now you're feeling steaky, right? Okay. I'm gonna
All
get
this vegetable talk is making me want to eat meat.
Okay, so when these are done, which they feel like they are now, I'm going to take them out and I'm just going to put them on the, I'm putting them in another frying pan off to the side. But I also kind of want to clean up the mess of the pistachios that have fallen off because I don't want them to burn in there. And now I'm going to
Someone is asking if you have a copper pot that you're using, copper pan.
right now, no.
What kind of pan?
This one I got these when we got married. These are Michael Chiarello pans, and they have a copper inside the how you describe it?
The core of the pan.
It's a core, yeah.
Okay. Oh
yeah. So because the copper, that's better distribution for the heat.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps it even. So these are they're pretty thin, so they go pretty fast. And there was a piece that fell off over here. So my husband might want to taste it.
No, you go ahead.
Let's do a taste test.
Oh, he's going to be the camera.
I'll just keep being the camera.
Yum. Oh, yum. And it doesn't even have the sauce on it yet.
Oh my God. I bet that's fan. My mouth is watering. That looks so good. That looks delicious. Mm.
Okay, so the reason I want to stick with me till these are cooked is because I'm going to make the sauce in this pan right after I'm done.
I love when you can do that, when you can take the remnants of something and make a sauce, and you don't have to clean the pan.
Yeah. No, it's going to be. No, you're kind of using all of the goodies at the bottom to help, give a body to the sauce.
Right.
So when you can tell the chicken's kind of ready to flip it. I think I told you before, you can start to see it turn white on the edges.
Mm-hmm.
And then you kind of, it's like when a pancake.
That's beautiful.
Has the little bubbles. Yeah.
Oh my God, that looks so good.
Yeah, they're going to be fabulous. Okay. And then the other way that, like now, because you're not going to see the white edge, I can you can feel it. Like when if it's still sort of squishy, it means it's not cooked all the way.
Right.
When it becomes a little firm to the touch, then you know it's cooked. And it really should only take maybe 3 or 4 minutes in the pan.
Because it's really thin.
Because we pounded the heck out of them. So yeah, they're still a little squishy. You just don't. Nobody wants a raw chicken.
Nobody wants to bite into that.
Okay. Shh.
Oh.
No, nobody wants you. Please sit down.
You're just gonna get re-traumatized.
Okay, so it goes so fast. Like a second ago they were squishy, and now they're firm to the touch.
They're not.
Wow. Pull them out and stack them over here.
Wow.
Okay, and now I'm going to take some of these burnt pieces out. We don't want any. You want these to burn in there. And then I'm going to add a little more oil in the bottom of the pan. And I'm going to cook my shallots for a few minutes, just till they get soft.
Nothing like shallots and butter.
I like shallots and butter is just like heaven on earth.
It's what life's all about.
So they get translucent pretty quick. And then I'm going to add the garlic right after that, because that goes also pretty quick. And you don't want to.
Virginia V. Hill loves the rubber chicken.
Hi, Virginia.
Hi, Virginia. How you doing?
All right.
Someone said hold the botulism. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Oh my God. I'm going to add the chicken broth and the rest of this honey and thyme stuff.
Oh God, yummy.
In there. And I'm going to let that, you can see it's starting to get thick.
Mm.
And then I'm going to add the half and half.
Oh, Deborah, that's going to be so good. Not even funny.
Are you salivating?
I am so hungry looking at this. I just want to eat it. Why can't I eat it?
I don't know. You'll have to run over. You're not that far away.
I don't have the technology.
I know. Smell-o-vision. I'm going to add
by vegetarians. It's not fair. I'm surrounded by vegetarians.
No. Okay, you can see this, how it's going to thicken up now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that's going to be the lovely sauce for the chicken.
Kelly,
and I'm going to, I want to taste it just to see if it doesn't need salt. It's going to depend on how salty your chicken broth is.
Mm.
So, taste it before you add salt. And the salt balances the sweet, depends on how much, honey you have left, honey mustard.
Mm.
So this is a creamy honey mustard sauce. And then that is your dinner. It's delicious.
Wow, that just looks great. Someone's saying drone delivery, please. Save me a bowl. The crowd is hungry right now.
So I would cook that, I don't know, maybe a couple of minutes, maybe till it thickens up a little bit, and then you're done. So look, we're in a half an hour. You have that. Your dinner's done.
Fantastic. If you weren't talking to me, it would have been 20 minutes. 15 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, well, if you consider that I prepped a little before, I think you can get that done in a half an hour.
That's good. That's a great dinner.
Yeah. And I'm going to say tonight, because I am telling you, we're in some trouble, people.
You think?
We're in some trouble. Please join a group. Please join a group and do what you can in your local area. Last week, I went around and collected signatures to put people on the ballot. Our Democratic ward is having a meeting in about 2 weeks. I'm going to go to that and make sure that, people know how to vote. Register. You can register people to vote. We need to win this election.
Very, very important. Do what you can. Do what you can.
Do what you can. And also our Instagram account. It would be great if you could follow us on Insta and YouTube, people.
We're something like, we just passed 355, Debriana.
That's exciting.
So help us get to 400, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, tell your friends. Yeah.
Tell your friends.
And I will post the recipe and the picture.
Thank you so much. That just looked wonderful.
Yeah, and you try it for Valentine's Day.
Oh my God, Rocky Mountain Mike. Hi. 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 Nice to see you on there. And if you have a Valentine next week, great. If you don't, I hope you have, make a lovely dinner for yourself. Okay.
Yeah. Serve yourself a lovely glass of wine.
Some self-love. Some self-love.
Prosecco. Yeah. Self-care, people. This is a good self-care dinner.
Toast yourself. You've earned it.
Rocky Mountain Mike stopped watching Green Acres to come and say hi to us.
Oh my God.
That's the kind of guy he is.
Rocky Mountain Mike, who's in the cookbook, just so you know.
Yip, yip, yip. Well, we're so glad you guys joined us, every single one of you. We're happy that you're here. And we will be here next week, but not on Valentine's Day.
Probably going to be a Tuesday, but we'll let you know. We'll let you know. Have a great, great rest of your week. You can do this. You got this.
You got this. We know you do. Join a group. Register someone to vote.
Love is love.
Love is love. We love y'all.
Thanks for watching.